steady mix of good stuff. And when he gets that big breaking ball going, I was telling Micah during the game, I would like to stand in and see what that looks like, because I do see guys look like they give up on it. I saw our guys do it. I've seen other teams. It just must have – he's got good release height, and I think combining that with the depth of that breaking ball was another key to a good start. And the second inning, I think you went walk, they went base hit bunt, man, and we got the ball get away, and punch out. So we talk about being your own reliever. If you're going to be a good starting pitcher, you've got to relieve yourself from time to time, and that was big. Like, the game was up for grabs at that point, clearly, and that inning could have gone sideways in a hurry. And I thought he made some of his best pitches when he needed to in that inning, and continued to just mix and match. And Micah did a beautiful job navigating and feeling, and when he feels like a hitter's on something, he seems to have a good knack for adjusting. Our defense tonight, for the most part, was really, really solid. The double play was as fine a play as I've seen. Faurot, he's so rangy and physical. He sometimes, like the play the other night, he makes those left and right plays look so easy, and to make the jump throw and Lodis to finish it with the poise, that was a great play. But if you're going to pitch and extend, you have to defend. And I thought there was a lot of little ground balls. Faurot had several little awkward ground balls. Fisher, Lodis made some tricky plays look easy, so you have to defend. Thought Prescott was as good as I've seen him. Tuesday night, he got burned in 0-2, 1-2, and 2-2 counts when he's trying to throw balls like off the plate. And those are tough lessons, but I thought he was better today. The physicality of our team showed tonight. We know that's there, but it has not shown up as much with the ball over the fence as it did today. Faurot from both sides of the plate, you don't see that very often. You can go years, decades, and not be in a park when that happens. Happened today. So good. Miles, good stroke. Lodis popped the ball. Like, there was some damage, and if you're going to score in this setting with these kind of arms, you need to hit some balls like with some authority if you're going to try to score in bunches there. So that was good to see.
You mentioned Faurot's double play. You mentioned the home runs from both sides of the plate. Having that versatility from a guy in the middle of your lineup, how great is that as a coach, just to be able to use it in all those ways?
Love it. Like, he could play other positions out there. I think you could put the guy anywhere on the field and he could figure out how to do it. And he's physical. The pitch selection, like, we're seeing growth out of some of the guys and what they're swinging at. And that really matters. And he's progressed nicely with that, and he has a pretty good knack for his base running stuff. So we're watching a player develop and turn into a very well-rounded, complete guy.
Tonight was obviously a pretty emotional game, especially towards the end of it. Seems like you have an emotional team this year. You had one last year. Do you like that? But also, how do you kind of make sure that things stay on the tracks and that the team channels it in the right way?
The guys like to compete, and there's a lot going on for them as they compete, and they want to win, and both sides want to win, and I think that's part of it. And I think it keeps them wanting more and on their toes and excited. Now, it needs to be obviously throttled to a point of you're not wanting warnings and ejections, and they were probably warranted after the guy got hit. That wasn't intentional, but nobody knows how to manage that, and the umpires have a responsibility of game control. That's their number one responsibility, then application of rules and management of game. So I thought that was appropriate, but I like our guys when they play with that kind of fire and passion for the game. Passion for the game, want to play hard, want to win, want to perform for themselves. For the fans, like, that says a lot about the guys.
I think, like, after that moment, like, Peyton runs 97 inside corner, and then, Joey Volini's the first guy to welcome him as he comes off the mound. Just, I guess, that level of chemistry, camaraderie that you have in this team so early on. I mean, what's that all about?
Well, I think it does go back. They have a common goal, and the goal is to walk out of here 1-0. And it's interesting as you look at the team. I think in this era, at least for me, and I think when we were talking to Mike, football, like, it's about half new, because you have so many transfers. You're talking about guys who were playing in other college programs last year. So the culture and pulling in the same direction is clearly there. And that does matter, because this is not easy. And there's moments when you need everybody in that dugout to pull you through some tough stuff. And you see the guys doing that, and they're working hard, and they fight for what's going on out there. And that's a good trait.
3 hits for Jackson today. The bunt single, I think, was on base 14. times. Just how big is a day like that for him?
It's great, and he's gosh, I look at the walk to strikeout ratio, and it's as good as you could ask for, really. And he's had some tough luck, but you have to create your own luck, and the only way to do it is by continuing to have good at bats and good pitch selection, and stay within yourself, and that's what he did. That was his game today. Like he showed his game. Like for a catcher to base hit bunt, if it's available to you, then do it. And it might have helped Gage later in the game, because they might have started to respect it a little bit more when Gage chopped that one. But it was good for Jackson. He needed that. I'm sure he's in there happy as can be.
Max had 3 walks today. It was almost his season total. Came into the day with 4. Did you have a conversation with him? It seemed like he kind of changed his approach and took more than normal. He's pretty aggressive.
I played them in our pregame meeting, the Astros manager speaking about Cam and the recognition out of the hand. I don't know if you guys caught it, but it's an interesting little interview on how Cam has stepped in and managed Major League pitching and pitch recognition. And you guys sat in here 2 years ago when we tried to talk about that, and sometimes that's a tricky trait for hitters to learn. But he did manage early count decisions and later in the count decisions, which was really good. And he's getting it going. Like Max is finding that little swing that he needs, but you could find the swing and swing at bad pitches, and you're still not going to flourish. So I think we're on the right track with him. But we talk about it basically every day. But I just played the Astros manager talking about what he sees with Cam and pitch recognition and early decisions, and kind of has a sense of, we call it approach, but you could tell Cam was taking some approaches to the plate, and that's good. And I played it for the guys.
Brody give you something to think about with the way he was able to come in there?
Brody's a talented player. And, he had the game in Jacksonville where home run, double, and tweak something. So, like, you come out of that game, the last thing you think is you're going to bang yourself up swinging in that game, but he did. So it's nice to have these options, and quite frankly, half the outfield has been down, including him. So we have some nice athletes that are over there that haven't quite gotten a shot at it. And BJ has done nice, but you sense the game, and you have to read what you see with the players and how you feel and what's warranted, and it was good. And I know that's the first out at third base, but that dude was giving it all he had, and our place is so tight down in that corner. That was probably the difference for him, but kudos for him, man, for giving it a shot.
There was a one hopper to Alex that he drop stepped on. I know it's something that you guys worked on. Just the way that him and Drew play up the middle, and the way they take what you guys work on in the field. Just how enjoyable is that for you to watch as an infield coach?
Love it. I love it. That little drop step's a tricky play, and you can't really fungo that. And I've started to use the machines, like you guys have probably watched, and I can create the top spin. And he made 2 plays today that were difficult infield plays look easy. And the game clock, you could feel that he has an understanding of the runner, where he is, what he needs to do to deliver the ball. So it's fun. Like, I love that. That was that moment for me when they turned the double play. That was as exciting as anything you could ask for as an infield coach. And then watching them make some difficult plays look routine, it's great.
Do you feel like there was any difference in the attitude or mindset with the team now that it's ACC play?
Halfway through that game, I did. It was just an exciting game. I don't know that there's any more desire to perform because Boston College was here today and it starts ACC play. Now, there's ramifications of how you perform in the ACC, but there's ramifications of how you perform the last 4 weekends, and on Tuesdays, it all matters. So I don't want to, in any way as a coach, ever maybe discount games 1 through 15 or 16, and then all of a sudden you're trying to do something different because conference play starts. What can I ask of them to do more of than they had shown me up to this point? So to answer your question, no. Like, do the same thing every time. All of the games are different, but how you approach it should be the same regardless. It should have been the same last year in Omaha. Like, let's approach this thing the right way to give yourself the best opportunity to come out on top.
There's going to be highs and lows with any player, especially a freshman. But where Miles is at right now, are you surprised? Or you expected this? Or how much of this now feels real and dependable, I guess?
I love the way he's acclimating to first base. He's made that look easy, and it's not, especially for somebody that hasn't played it. That has been really exciting. You can see the firepower and the strength at the plate, but he's lengthened the swing a little bit, so there's a little more contact. There were periods of time where, and he's still fighting to strike out, but he's just managed this zone better, the length in the zone, and we've seen him hit balls the other way like tonight, and he's starting to show the ability to pull the ball. So it's not just an in and out swing. It's starting to level, and just the pure strength and hand speed that he has, you just don't see it. And TrackMan, our metric system, grabs things. Some of the balls he hits, it doesn't calibrate. Like the ball he hit the other night, it said it went 200 feet. The spin and the launch angle, I think it was 49 degrees. The one he hit, I guess it was Tuesday. But the spin and all the equations that it has, sometimes it can't even grab what he's able to do with the bat. And I can't say that I've seen that. So I'm very pleased with the progress. I love what he's doing at first base. And we're going to have some ups and downs at the plate, but you're seeing somebody mature and develop like before your eyes.
Just with the doubleheader set tomorrow, I still got Jamie and
Jamie first.